Good evening, Hare Krishna. So today I am just going to discuss something about a technique that is known as tonguing in Bansuri playing. Generally, all the beginners we start playing with blowing into the Bansuri, then learning long notes, learning sargam, and when we blow into the flute, we don't use our tongue. Here I am going to use two kind of flute, A scale and G scale. So every Bansuri learner, when we start learning, we are asked to blow into the Bansuri smoothly. So in this blowing, we don't use the tongue, like I will show you. So this is the thing how we all start. When we blow into the Bansuri, to make the Bansuri sound more musical, uh, we make this hole with the lips very small, and during this position our tongues goes down. So we don't use tongue at all. If there is movement of tongue, the sound becomes more little bit noisy. So during normal bouncy playing we never use tongue. But then as soon as we start learning, we start adding few things, like we start learning alankars, we start learning ornaments of Bansuri, that is kan, min, ghamak. I am also learning, so I don't know much about them. I'm also learning for the last 2 years. That we can discuss later on. As soon as I will learn, I will discuss those things with you all. I have started learning tonguing. Very interesting, and definitely this is also a kind of ornament. Here, when you use your tongue for blowing, uh, it in the beginning it looked little noisy, but it's little bit soothing. So what is tonguing? So when we blow normally into the bansuri, we don't use tongue. But when we use tonguing, this is a technique in which we blow with the help of tongue. Like we give stroke with the tongue. Tha, tha, tha. Like we when we blow, we use our tongue also. So our tongue touch the lip from the inside and above the palate, the upper part of our mouth, and the sound that come out is little bit turbulent, not smooth, and it make a different type of effect that you know tonguing. So this tonguing is very effective. We start with the slow tonguing, then we go fast. We use tonguing. We use tonguing in alankar. Then we may use tonguing in songs, ragas. That is a professional will tell you. I am also learner. So professional will tell you where and how to use tonguing. But I am also learning tonguing. So I can tell you how to use tonguing. So now I am using tonguing in alankars, and I will show you my use technique of tonguing with the two kind of bansuri, A scale and G scale. You will see the difference, and at the same time I will use metroneme application to make it more interesting and more pleasant. So let's start with the A scale flute for tonguing. So I will use tonguing in sargam. Then I will start using tonguing in alankars. Uh, those who are listening, they are already a beginner or they are professional, so they already knows. So if you find something deficiency or something different from my side, please forgive me and please comment down, so that and advise me what can I do more. So let's start tonguing with A scale, and then we start tonguing with G scale. You will see with different scale how tonguing varies. I am using metronome. I will use first I will play normal, then second I will use my tongue for tonguing. this is the normal sargam. Here I have not used my tongue. I have not used tonguing technique. Now onward, now I will use tonguing in everything. Tooth. So when we use tonguing, you will see your saliva will come out too much. So if you are using, if you are learning tonguing, if you are playing tonguing too much, you have to take care of your bansuri too much, because in the beginning your saliva will come out and it may wet your bansuri. So you have to take care of bansuri too much. Number two, there are many people who will tell you कि during tonguing use this, eat something to decrease the saliva from your mouth. Please don't practice. I know somebody who is advising using pan or tambaku if you want to learn tonguing, but this is wrong. I am doctor. I will not advise you for such thing. Let saliva come out. There is no problem. But don't do something wrong that may be harmful for your health. So don't start using pan, tambaku just to decrease saliva from your mouth. So during tonguing, saliva will increase, let it increase. But the only thing is, if you are learning tonguing, if you are playing bansuri with the use of tonguing technique, you have to take care of your bansuri too much, because the bansuri might be wet. Okay, so now we will use tonguing. I will use tonguing first in sargam, then in different alankar, and you can use this tonguing as per your liking. Let's start. Now I will use A scale first. Babare, very nice, very interesting. I love this tonguing technique. Now I know why professional player they like tonguing too much. I have just started learning technique and this tonguing, and I am just playing sargam and alankar. Very soothing, very relaxing. Believe me, but definitely saliva is coming out too much. Hope it will decrease. hope it will decrease, but let's see. So I will play one more alankar with the use of tonguing, and I will still use A scale. And in metroneme, I am just using 100 beats per minute. You can increase as per your convenience. When you're comfortable with 100, you can move up to 125 beats per minute. You can increase, because as you will increase your speed, your tonguing speed will increase, and it will bring more smoothness and uh, more less noise in your bansuri playing. So I am playing two more alankar with the use of tonguing. I like this alankar. Let's see. So here I have used another alankar. You can play as many alankar, but try to use tonguing in every alankar. I am playing this tonguing technique for the last 2 weeks, and definitely the speed and accuracy has increased. So last alankar I play like 4 times. One sa, we will use sa every time, like sa 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 re re sa 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 ga ga sa 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 ma ma sa 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 pa pa sa 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 dha dha sa 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 ni ni sa 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 sa. So you can play like this, then you come back like sa 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 ni ni sa 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 dha dha sa sa. This is very interesting. You will love tonguing. So then we can play another alankar with tonguing. Let's see. You must have seen, I am giving a stroke with tongue in every sur. Tha, 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 re, ga, ma. But this is just for the learning period. But as per my guru, when you become more proficient in tonguing, you become more proficient in other uh, ornament. They will tell you when to use tongue, when to blow with tongue. Like I will play sa re ga ma pa dha ni sa. So here I will use tonguing first, like tha. उसके बाद रे गामा आई विल प्ले नॉर्मली. देन पा पा धा नी सा. पा आई विल यूज टंगविंग. धा नी सा आई विल प्ले नॉर्मली. जस्ट सी. So this is just for the beginner like me. Your guru will tell you where to use tonguing and when to use tonguing. So that is on later stage when you become little bit more professional and you you blow bansuri using your tongue very well. So, but right now you tonguing you wherever you can use. So it will your tongue will be after some time your tongue will be adjusted. At the same time, the it will increase the muscle power of your face also. So now the same tonguing technique I will use with the bigger scale bansuri, the G scale, and you will see the difference how the sound is produced in G scale when you compare with A scale. So let's start with G scale Bansuri, same sargam tonguing. I am using metroneme, but now I am increasing beat 120 beats per minute. So we start playing tonguing. As you must have seen, I was playing or I was using tonguing little bit easily in A scale, but in G scale, I am using this technique for the last couple of few days, and definitely it's a little bit noisy. But with practice, definitely music learning is a journey. It takes time. There is no time limit. Some people learn in few days. Some people learn in weeks. Some people take years. But that's not our goal. Our goal is to learn bansuri and to involve ourselves in the bansuri and just enjoy it. In the beginning, the sounds might be rough, it might be noisy, but don't think too much about it. You just play, you just play, you just play. That's all. So I'm using G scale and I'm using tonguing more in G scale. Little bit noisy, but it's okay. I don't care. It will improve. I know. It will improve with time. My Guruji always said, just focus on learning. Don't focus on outcome. in the beginning. I think this is all the Bansuri Varna, they have the same thing in the beginning. There is noise, and slowly it becomes better. So I will again use at the last. I will again use few more alankars with G scale. Please see and advise me what else I can do. But I have feeling कि this time I played tonguing very well with G scale. This is my own feeling. It was a little bit less noisy. This you as a audience or as a teacher or as a colleague, you are the one who can tell me कि this time the tonguing with my G scale was better than before. So just practice. Just a few more alankar, then I will take your permission to go. Thank you, friend. I think this is enough for today. As a Bansuri learner and as your colleague, and I am here just to share my experience. Uh, I have noticed two things. For me, a lot of saliva is coming out for the tonguing, but I think with practice it will improve. So when we use tonguing, we have to take care of our bansuri too much. Otherwise, there might be a lot of fungus in the bansuri after some time. Number two, uh, I have noticed when we use tonguing in bigger scale bansuri like G scale or E scale I have not used, but when we use tonguing in bigger bansuri like G scale, the sound is something more pleasant. It looks more professional, less sharp. So I will continue using G scale. I think the G scale We all beginners should start from G scale, but if your finger is small, definitely you can go for the small scale Bansuri. But I have feeling we all learners should start with G scale. Chalo, thanks, and that's okay. I just need your blessing so that I will continue this journey of learning flute for a long time. And please suggest me how can I learn more. If you have something, you can please comment. Thank you. Hare Krishna.